Consultation and consensus building are an integral part of the public service delivery system. They are the backbone of the contemporary citizen-centric governance. It is imperative that an able public administrator has the ability to identify the stakeholders and influencers, establish trusting relationships, consult them through formal and informal channels, build consensus through dialogue, persuasion, and effect reconciliation of diverse views and interests for common good. Though similar, the terms consultation and consensus building are not synonymous. More on this ahead. First, let's have a look at the concept of Mission Karmayogi. Mission Karmayogi is a national program for civil services capacity building aimed to reform Indian bureaucracy. The goal, which our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in mind, was started with the intention of building a highly effective civil service that will do more to further the growth of the nation. Under the direction of the Honorable Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Department of Personnel and Training, the institutional framework for the mission was structured. There are 20 million bureaucrats in India, touching the lives of millions of people. They are the part of the policy making as well as their execution. They are the backbone of our country. A lot of expectations of the nation are attached with the performance of these officials, who come from different background, environment, capabilities, and discharge diversified duties assigned to them. Mission Karmayogi, on the other hand, has been designed to change the HR management system for government employees from rule-based to role-based, while creating the necessary expertise. Additionally, as a result of this, government officials now have access to competency-based human resource and governance. Competencies have been defined in many ways. However, the most practical and an easy way to understand is that competencies are those underlying characteristics of an employee which can result in effective and superior performance in a job or a role. Mission Karmayogi's new competency-based governance model gives central training institute like ours the chance to create competency-based training for the civil servants. There are 30 competencies that have been divided into 5 categories. They are ethos, ethics, equity, efficiency, and productivity. Each competency has a definition and its proficiency level. Additionally, there are behavioral indicators for each proficiency level that are objective, measurable, and necessary for a variety of jobs in the ministries and departments. The main goals of the CBTs are to strengthen each officer's functional competence and to awaken their inner power and abilities. Under the third competency, equity, today we will talk about consultation and consensus building. Consultation refers to the process of seeking input, feedback, and ideas from stakeholders or affected parties. Here, public administrators solicit opinions and perspectives from stakeholders. They are not required to act on the information they receive. Consultation is often used to gather information that will help in decision making and policy development. Consensus building, on the other hand, is a process of finding common ground and building agreement among stakeholders or affected parties. Here, public administrators work to bring together different perspectives and opinions to develop a shared understanding and agreement on a particular issue or decision. Consensus building involves a collaborative effort to create a solution that is acceptable to all parties. While consultation and consensus building are distinct concepts, they are often used together in public service delivery. Both consultation and consensus building together are crucial for public administrators. These practices help build trust and engagement with stakeholders, improve the effectiveness and efficiency of public service delivery, promote inclusivity by considering the views of stakeholders, enhance decision making, and enhance the legitimacy of public service delivery efforts. For instance, when planning a public infrastructure project, such as a road or a bridge, public administrator can engage with the local residents, business owners, and community groups through public consultation. By soliciting feedback on the project, plans, and taking into consideration any concerns or suggestions raised, public administrators can build trust with stakeholders, improve the effectiveness of the project, and enhance the legitimacy of the decision-making process. By using consultation and consensus building, public administrators can make informed decisions that are more likely to be accepted and supported by the community. For instance, when developing public policies such as the environmental regulations or social welfare programs, public administrators can engage with this range of stakeholders, including advocacy groups, industry associations, and citizens. By using consensus building techniques such as the collaborative problem solving or negotiated rulemaking, public administrators can build support for their policies and increase the chances of successful implementation. Even when responding to a public health crisis such as pandemic, public administrators can engage with healthcare providers, scientists, and community leaders to develop effective strategies for prevention and treatment. By using consultation and consensus building, public administrators can ensure that their responses are evidence based and responsive to the needs of the members of the community. This approach also demonstrates transparency, openness, and accountability, which are essential principles of democratic governance. Likewise, failure to engage in consultation and consensus building can have negative consequences for public administrators, stakeholders, and the community as a whole. When public administrators fail to engage in consultation and consensus building, stakeholders may feel ignored, disrespected, or excluded from decision making processes. This can lead to breakdown in trust between the government and the public, making it more difficult to public administrator to effectively engage with stakeholders in the future. Without input from stakeholders, public administrators may make decisions that are not well informed or do not take into account the needs and the concerns of the community. This can lead to policies or programs that are ineffective or that are perceived as unfair or unjust. When stakeholders feel that their views have been ignored or disregarded, they may become resistant or oppositional to the administrator's initiatives. This can lead to conflict and resistance, making it more difficult for the public administrator to achieve their goals. Without consultation and consensus building, public administrators may be perceived as acting in their own interest rather than in the interest of the community. This can reduce the legitimacy of the public administrator's action and erode public trust in government. Ultimately, both consultation and consensus building are important tools for public administrators to use in engaging with stakeholders and making decisions that are responsive to the needs of the community. The content is curated with the help of the paper submitted by Brigadier Niranjan Rajkumar Jhakar under the guidance of IIPA faculty Dr. Surbhi Pandey. Brigadier Niranjan was a participant of the 47th Advanced Professional Program in Public Administration at IIPA. Thank you for watching.